All right. And we're back at whatever this is gonna be called. I want to start calling this whatever works.
I like that.
Uh,
I like that a lot,
I
actually.
must. Yeah. This is episode 2 of whatever works, and right now I'm with Iris Talley. He's a dancer, a creative, a local creative, over here in Hobart, Gary, that area.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
call it Gary, Hobart, Lake Station, Valparaiso, all that shit.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call
Whatever
it.
works, man.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. So, I'm just with Iris today. Him and a couple of other people, we came together and we just had a nice little lab session, man, just dancing around. That's kind of what we like to do, especially when I come back from breaks. And I was like, hey, you know what? It'd be pretty dope if I can just feature you on this protagonist, whatever works. Um, so let's just jump right on into it, you know?
Okay.
All right, so my first question to you is, when did you start dancing?
The first time I can remember me dancing is around when High School Musical came out, and that what was it? You remember Corbin Blue, the dude that played a high schooler but was really like 30 fucking something? Uh, he had a music video. I can't remember what it was for, but it was like push it.
Oh, yeah,
push
push
it
to the limit. Yes,
limit.
bro, yes.
That's from that point. I learned that whole choreography. I was like, I had to have been like 7, 8. I learned that whole choreography every single time it came on Disney Channel. I danced the entire song. It didn't matter what I was doing the entire time. And from that very moment is when I knew I was this is what I was doing for the rest of my life.
I dig it. That's different. Not a lot of people are gonna be transparent enough to say, "Hey, I started with High School Musical." It's usually like, "Oh, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown," you know.
I mean, they're inspirations, but what really pushed me was like, man, like I could do this, and it feels good to do it, you know.
Right.
And it's like this feels right, like this must be for me, you know. And I've done other things like choir and stuff, and I kind of do that too, but dancing is my passion.
I feel that. I feel that. So, like, your style is very unique. Like, some may even call it unorthodox. And I just want to know, like, where does that style stem from? Like, where does it come from? Are there any influences, or is it just like life experiences, or what is it? Take us through that process.
My style of dancing,
Mm-hmm.
I would say I I look up to Let Twins very like they are. If I could pray to anything, it would be Let Twins. But I'm not. It's not to the point to where I'm biting off of them. I just have their influence, and I think of their foundations with their animation and their popping, and I would. I do consider myself unorthodox, and as a matter of fact, I would take that as a very strong compliment, because it seems like people are stuck in this loop of wanting to be the same. It's terrible. It's horrible, actually. But yeah, man, I would say I will stem it more from animation, popping. I'm getting more into locking. I'm starting to work more on the ground. I'm starting to be more real well versed in my craft rather than just, I like this. I'm gonna do this only for the rest of my life. So yeah, I would say that's pretty much it, man.
I definitely feel that, bro, because that's how I pretty much got into dancing by watching Les Twins, and
You're so inspiring.
right.
Yeah, I even watched the speeches. You got to.
Yeah, so it's so what do you have, like, what type of advice do you have for someone who's trying to get into dancing, and especially right now, like, social media is huge, so that's going to be a huge influence on someone, and pop culture is definitely, blowing up with TikTok and everything, and there's no really uniqueness, like, there's nothing that really there's nothing that stands out, so what do you have for these young dancers, these aspiring dancers, to just try something new, develop their own style?
I would say it's okay to have somebody you want to be like, but it's not gonna turn out to be the best for you if you try to be exactly like them. If you're trying to bite off of them, if you're trying to if you want to do every single move that they do, that's fine and you'll be happy with yourself. But if you want to impress other people, it won't impress other people, because in the dancing world, I can promise you, if you go somewhere where there are other dancers, they will know the dancer that you are biting off of, and they won't give you praise for it because it's not original. So another thing is definitely go for it. If you're afraid and you don't think you can do it because you're not good enough, fuck all that. Just go for it. You have to jump right into it, man. There's no running from it. And honestly, if you feel it's your passion, don't be afraid to do whatever you can to make yourself happy. Just keep going. And then the only way is up. That's all you can do is go up. If you're having a bad time, it happens. It's life. Life has its bad times everywhere on the planet. Just keep going, man.
Facts, bro. That's some good advice. All right, well, we're gonna close it out. How much time are we at? Oh, around 5 minutes, 5.5. It's pretty good for whatever works. Volume 2, and we'll catch you guys next time.